Using multiple Chrome accounts is an excellent way to keep yourself organized, to keep your professional life separate from your personal life, but also for trainers, Google certified trainers and teachers and organization trainers, having several Chrome accounts is not uncommon. So you really need to have this skill down pat. This tutorial should dilute any of the problems you might have had and make it easy for you to do this. The first thing you need to do is to check and see if you're logged in already to another account. I need to add an account for Reggie Mantle. You can see here I have several, let me pull that up. I have several Chrome accounts. I have an icon, an avatar for different accounts, but I have several that I can toggle back and forth between. I was just given an account called rmantle at amtechnology.org that I need to log into, and I'm not signed into it. In fact, I made the mistake already of, while I was logged into my Betty Cooper account, I signed into an additional account. Now this was traditionally the way to sign into several accounts at once years ago, but now that we have Google Chrome, this practice really can stop. So the first thing you do before you sign into another account, before you sign into Chrome for the first time, make sure you're not logged into two accounts. So here it says I'm signed in as Betty and I'm signed in as Reggie. I want a separate Chrome account for Reggie, and right now when I click on the icon here up at the top, this tells me that I'm signed in as Betty Cooper. I'm signed into Chrome as Betty Cooper. But in this Google email interface, I'm signed into Betty Cooper and Reggie. We just need to get in the practice of having separate Chrome accounts. So when you go to, you look at your account, you're going to see that you're only signed into one. So you want to get out of the habit of having multiple accounts. So when I go to this account, I'm only signed into one account. All right, so to add the Reggie, well, the first thing is signing out. So I'm going to go ahead and click on the Reggie account, and I'm going to go ahead and sign out. So I click on sign out. Great, done. Not really. I need to now remove it from this particular login. So I click on the account here. Oops. I click on the word remove, and then I click on the X and I delete the Reggie Mantle account. And that is done. But now I'm ready to sign back in as Betty Cooper, and I want to make sure that I no longer have Reggie associated with this Google Chrome account. Betty stands alone. So I click here and boom, there's Betty. So that's your first step. Before you sign into Chrome for any purpose, make sure you're not signed into multiple accounts. Step one done. Step two, you can go up to your Chrome settings. Now, I've been inclined to tell people to click on the avatar and add an account. If you're in the position I am, where you have so many accounts, you don't see add account at the bottom. But if you've never signed into Chrome, you don't see an avatar either on the left or the right that you can toggle back and forth with. But universally, everyone can click on the menu. So go to the far right-hand corner of your Chrome browser, click on the menu, and then scroll down. And if you see sign in again or sign into Chrome, click on that. In this case, because I had logged out and removed that Reggie account, I have to now re-log in. And now I have a clean Chrome account logged in, and it says I'm signed in as Betty Cooper. However, I'd like to toggle into the Reggie account, and I don't have it on my list. So how can I now add that new Chrome account that I need access to? Well, I'm going to go down to People, and there is an option to add a user, add a person. And so I click on Add Person, and I'm going to give it the name that I want it. So in this case, Reggie Mantle, Reggie account. And you can select an icon if you want at that time. You have the option to create a desktop shortcut for that user. So if you want a little icon on your desktop so you can click on it and find it, you might want that there. I'm going to not opt for that, but I would say that most of you would probably leave that checked. You'll like having that on your desktop. When you click on add, the first thing it wants you to do is sign in. So if you, for example, were given an AM Technology test account and you needed to log into it, you would do that at that time. So Reggie's going to log in. And it, helps if you know your password. And it's going to ask me if I want to link the Chrome data to this account, and I certainly do. I want everything to be synced that I do in this environment to that account. And it says, okay, your bookmarks, history, and other settings will be synced to your Google account. Excellent. Now I can toggle back to Betty, and I can work in Betty's account. I can go to Betty's classroom, but if I need to get to Reggie, I can do that as well. And if I didn't have so many accounts on my list, it would be a lot easier. But here we go. Here's my Reggie account. Before we go, I just want to add one more thing. If you have not configured your mailbox, I have people who tell me they haven't gotten my mail because mail that comes from like scripts and updates doesn't necessarily appear at the very top of your screen. So if your inbox looks like this, I would suggest that you click on the gear over here, that you click on Configure Inbox, and you allow the Google brain to separate your mail by primary, social, promotions, updates, and forums, and then click on Save. And then once you do that, all of your mail will be separated, and the important stuff will show up in primary, and all the rest will show up in these areas. If somebody says they sent you an email or you're looking for an email, it might have come from a Google group, which would be in forums, or if it came from like a spreadsheet that went out to many people, or an email from Google Classroom, it'll show up in updates. All right, so again, to recap, now if you need to get back to a different Chrome account, you just click on your avatar, wherever it is on the right or the left-hand side of your screen, and then you just toggle back to that account. If you have any questions, feel free to ping me on Twitter or Google+. Thanks a lot.